Like, hello, how are you guys? Like, that's the whole idea of funds, Night Sparrow. You have like a quad you can concentrate on. Some quads. I think there was like this one famous quad, like Invincible or something. And just kinda... I don't know if it's offensive to your opponent to have that on your fan. I remember a story about... Or maybe you know, like a writing that on a fan, something like that. Quite arrogant thing to write, don't you think? But yeah, I know people who have like favorite quads or favorite kishi there. Have to concentrate sometimes, you know, you open the fan, you remind yourself, safe space, let's call it. Could be useful. And instead of writing a hand, which could be suspicious, you know, what do you have written there and so on. Just do it in traditional, cooler way. Hello, Justice. How are you guys today? Thursday morning. Thank you, Mifa. Welcome back. 19 months. Getting to this 2 years mark, hey? Thank you for all the support. So today we're gonna go with TTSeries key for review. This is gonna be last round of TTK. Three last round of TTK. And round 7 of other tournaments. There's 9 in total, so we're slowly reaching the end of the tournament. Quite exciting. Mental attack for pros, yeah. But also pros are supposed to not look at things like that, yeah. But yeah, some people might be triggered. So, round 7. Round 8 is currently running, so we'll cover that next week. This is gonna be the last round of TTK. As you can see, it's a little bit awkward because half of the tournament isn't playing. That's because we have only those 2 pairings here that are missing the score. The final score will be announced after this round. But we can look at round 7, where we had Koshiro versus Melkor. We definitely wanted to take a peek at that. Clevine versus Eon, and we can take a look at Lily versus Lincoln. I think we did already, maybe, during the other stream, but let's find out. Trying to zoom in. Loading slowly. So far, who has the most teeth? It's hard to tell with this diagram, actually. Yeah. So like if it's red, it means number of wins. So you have Eon, who won quite a bit of games, like lost only 1 it seems. Anybody else? Well, here we have Light to Die, also like losing 1, but we don't know what happened in the last game. And then Melkor, who actually... No, 3, he lost 3, okay. King also, yeah, King seems to lose too many games, so it may be something with Eon and Light in the title match, maybe, according to what I see here, yeah. But we're gonna have it next week. But what's more important than the points in the table is actually the content of the game, so let's take a look at that. Let's see if any Nifu happened. So Melkor is facing a very experienced player. Koshiro, he has 10, so if not 20 or more years of experience with Shogi. And he takes the central pawn here because Melkor allowed it to happen by blocking his bishop. And let's see how Koshiro utilizes on that. Once this type of Vanguard pawn is taken, it's really hard to break. As you can see, this pawn really doesn't help to contest that square unless you have 2 pawns. It also means this silver have harder time developing to this square. As well, if you were to build Yagura, yeah, this silver is like in perfect position to attack. We also don't have the alternative route of using the bishop. We are kind of forced to reuse it here. But then again, like you cannot really go forward because we have this Vanguard pawn. The rook perhaps will come here, push the silver back. And all of our pieces are stuck in the 6 and 7 row. So this is the power of that 1 pawn. Okay, so this is natural. Once you have the vanguard pawn, you wanna spread its wings, kinda. And here, I think... Yeah, okay, so this is... Don't know if it's a mistake from Koshiro, but here temporarily we block the bishop. So even if the rook comes here, we can break through. So that's interesting from Melkor to access. Alternatively, we could have pushed this pawn first, then push this pawn. But here, this is the only move actually for Koshiro. Potentially interesting. Hello, yellow. You're green today. On my screen, at least. So the vanguard pawn disappeared. That's good for Melkor. But he's left with this hanging silver. So now the dance will revolve around that. Pawn drop. Going aggressive. He redrops the silver. And I honestly like Melkor's position. He has 2 pawns. Silver in hand advantage. The only thing he has to worry about is this pawn push right now. This silver is stable because Koshiro has no pawns, no nothing. Oh, you changed the color. Oh, you can change the color actually. Okay. So potentially, yeah, if we defend here, maybe Koshiro be in trouble. Oh, yeah, I mean... Not sure about this pawn. Because what we wanna do is probably move this silver somewhere else. And then bishop drop will happen, right? Especially that they have a pawn drop over here. Because they have no pawn. Somewhere in the future there might be a pawn drop which gonna directly attack our king. So we just open a hole for them. I'm not sure about that. This silver didn't need additional help, I think. If we're afraid of something like this, I think it's too much for them because the king is close. And you see, this knight coming here also like targets the same square, so Melkor seems to be now attacking the knight. It's gonna jump. And this is very difficult. Yeah, we're trying to... Currently we're blocking this fork over here. But eventually we'll wanna target something along those lines. This knight isn't yet so stable though. Okay. So now this is the problem, yeah? Like bishop drop is an aggressive move. But... Which command? Yeah, anybody can do that. It's not, yeah, anybody can do that. This is where we had the tempo. And then we are forced to go back and block our bishop and lose the tempo. So here Koshiro got a little bit uphand, I think. This could be also an interesting thing to happen, but this knight is dying, right? So he's to defend the knight. And quite a tense position arises. So it seems like, you know, if the rook were to escape, like Melkor is winning, right? He's able to pick up this piece. Koshiro doesn't have enough pieces. This bishop is strong and it's over, right? But Koshiro plays a different move, which is a check. And sacrifice everything. And this is a little bit exciting because Koshiro's king, you know, is heavily defended. Sure, we may have not enough pieces to attack with. We're losing one knight though. But the fact that this king is so close to the attack is... Your message is green too? Not on my screen. Oh, it is. On the screen, I see. It's testing out Twitch commands for fansies. Yeah. It's something that you can use to describe stuff, yeah. Cool. I forgot it exists. So I was saying we are knight down. Indeed, if the god were to run, we will have that knight back in hand. And king safety would definitely benefit us. So here, Melkor does a fight, but Hey, didn't we talk about this space being open and vulnerable to pound drops? Well, so it happened, yeah. So it happened. We took the knight. We are able to make a token. But in the meantime, Melkor is counter-attacking. Although you can see that this counter-attack feels weak against such strong defenses over here. Koshiro needs to be careful, of course. He simply, like, kills the knight with a check. Defends everything. Finally makes a token, and this is a little bit tense. Because Melkor is attacking as well. But the matter is who's faster. And turns out that probably Koshiro is. He goes for Hishi. And we have to find out if that Hishi works or not. It's very tense. It looks like it's not. Melkor is fighting back. Ooh. So we can take this, and I'm not sure how is it a mate. It may seem that Melkor took a little bit of... Okay, so now this looks more threatening. Melkor defense. The king is surviving, but pawn promotion happens. Ooh ah. Ooh ah. Ooh ah. King is chased, and this looks more like Hishi, yeah? It looks more like Hishi, but we still have a pawn drop technically to defend this square. Ooh. But here we take the bishop, finally. So this bishop drop here becomes a checkmate threat. And if we don't have enough pieces, we're gonna eat more. So this concept is called a hostage piece. At any point in time, around here, right, Koshiro could have taken that horse to get the tempo. Like for example here, he could have done it as well, right? Could have written something. Him losing this gold was huge as well, I think. I wonder... Like normally you could also think of different types of defenses. By the way, Chifuzume, haha. Different type of defenses like this. Here of course we would lose the bishop for the knight if they did that, but we don't care. We would just escape. King is so safe though. So safe still. Anyway, endgame. Trying to survive, trying to get that one move, and here the question is, does Melkor have checkmate or not, basically? He defends. He have a checkmate though. It doesn't. We don't have diagonal piece. Yeah, so gold drop. King runs here. I think survives. Yeah. So he has to defend. Now they don't have a checkmate threat, do they? They do. They don't. Sacrifice pawn takes drop runs. Not a checkmate threat anymore. So what's preventing us from taking here? My question. But again, I know this time we're threatening rook drop, yeah? Are we in checkmate? We are, right? Drop here, takes. We have gold and a silver, so drop mate. Yeah, okay. This is why we cannot. Yeah. So we defend that square. This is a beautiful Tetsuji, by the way. Ooh. Ooh, but seems like the silver drop is super decisive. At a glance, wow. If the pawn takes, we have a bishop drop, basically, right? Ooh, hard to see, but... yeah, this is a mate. If Melkor were to escape, bishop drop. Really interesting endgame, guys. Really interesting. I thought Melkor turned it around here with the bishop drop. But Koshiro barely took it back, yeah? That's quite interesting concept, how this bishop promotion, many moves prior, it like gave a hostage piece to Koshiro to take at any point, and therefore gave his army more supply, right? And then Koshiro went for a risky play, yeah? He dropped a gold. He could have considered something slower, like knight drop, let's say. But he went the most aggressive way. Perhaps miscalculating the fact that he had Sume? Miscalculating the fact that the king can run there? I don't know. But like it seemed he was missing a little bit to Ahishi. Ultimately though, it was enough. I'm just not sure if Melkor chose the best defensive options. Like this bishop looks powerful though. Really powerful. This pawn drop in between move was really cool. Yeah, and the king is a little bit surrounded, but good fight. Really entertaining, worth of TTK, I would say. Alright, Eon, let's take a look at your one. We're playing Anaguma, okay. Playing Anaguma, Cleavine. And he's attacking like this simple edge attack on the Anaguma, using this bishop as a pivotal piece. This silver, as a result, won't be able to move. And those two pieces, each of them will have a weakness once they move upwards, so we're trying to utilize that. Now there's the discussion whenever that's too early, maybe we need more pawns in hand. Whenever this king is vulnerable or not, it looks fine here, honestly. We're Santa, so maybe that driving force, driving us onward, yeah? Oh, he doesn't have a good internet, that's not good, yeah. I mean, I respect the fact that even though he's on vacation, he still plays the game. Yeah, many people would take a break. So this looks a little bit painful to me, move like this. This is why before the attack, maybe move like this would be more beneficial to get a pawn and get more tempo. But here it seems like our attack stopped a little bit. I often see knight drop to like recontest this square. But we're slowly getting in trouble of... they also have a knight drop here. And they have a pawn drop here. Like, this is gonna be a big fight now. But yeah, I mean, maybe that's what Sente wants, yeah? Against Anaguma, go for big fight. Oh, that hurts. The bishop got blocked, yeah. That hurts. Yeah, definitely. And now we're counter-attacking from Anaguma's edge. Ooh. Yeah, so this looks slow. Okay, we took it anyway. Now we have Toki next to the king. Yeah. Ah, look at those two Tokins. It's terrifying. Terrifying. Okay, all the pieces Eon has looks toward the king. A simple move like this will be checkmate threat. In fact, it's a miracle that this one isn't a checkmate threat itself yet. I mean, I don't know why we didn't do that, because something, okay, maybe because they go back here, but like if they went here, king is so vulnerable. So vulnerable. Yeah, if we take, then the silver comes very strong. If they go back, maybe this is better in general. I don't know. Like the bishop also controls here, so anything looks terrifying right now, yeah. And in fact, like playing move like this beforehand, maybe even better. It's so interesting, so interesting. It looks like Eon has like many choices right now. He took this token. I don't understand this, Eon. Why would we even take this token right now, yeah? It's so unimportant. Okay. Okay, we did play that. It's like, why didn't we? We're like, I'm not giving him any pieces. Sure. You wanted to use the knight in the offense. Yeah, it might be a little bit scary. Okay, so now Cleavine got that one move tempo. We have to take this pawn because the lance is hanging, yeah? We really don't wanna... No Anaguma rush this game, eh? Like, knight drop looks very promising to me. But I think what we're afraid of is this sacrifice. Yeah, that makes sense, right? So this is why we kind of over-defend. Oh, nice silver drop. This is threatening checkmate. Checkmate threat again, and the king is finally surrounded. I mean, win is a win. Yeah. Yeah, you cannot play safe in those games. So this is the risk of going safely sometimes. Going safe means you're trying to win with your king not being able to be checkmated, right? But in doing so, we're playing something that's called only defensive move often. And as we already talked during our endgame lecture, only defensive moves are the worst type of moves you can play in endgame. Apart from moves that don't make sense, I mean. Because it's like giving away the tempo to your opponent. And sometimes happen, you know, that because you use that gold in the defense, you won't have enough offensive power. Or because you spend the time in the defense, you actually miscalculate it and they become faster. Stuff like this will happen, and it's often easier to win by going straight for the win. So that it's your opponent actually, he's forced to use his resources in defense. And therefore, the attack becomes the best defense type of deal. Which of course goes directly opposite to what I tell you. If you have a big advantage, you should go for slow win. But this is kind of the difficult point, like when should we choose which? And this is where it gets difficult, yeah. But both ways of thinking apply. All right, next, Link and Lily. Did we watch this one? I think we watched this one, right? That's what I wanted to figure out. Yeah, we did. We talked about the silver being in the center. Yeah, we did watch it, so I'm gonna skip it. So that concludes round 7 of TDK, and we have one round left with only 2 games de facto. Which gonna leave us with 2 players with the most points, and those 2 players will be fighting for the king title. We changed the rules, we call it MIFA rule. The MIFA rule is, unlike the pro tournaments when you have a title holder, and then there's a challenger that's gonna challenge this title, the MIFA rule is that king title gets relinquished every season, and then every season the king has to go from the bottom as well to challenge the title once more. Yeah, that's because sitting and doing nothing is boring, so MIFA rule allows the most exciting tournament. Alright, let's go to TTM. It sounds fairer, yeah. I agree, it's same with European Shogi champion. So, TTM, round 8 is going on, we have round 7. This is the biggest shock, perhaps for me, that Rina didn't play the game. Like, I don't know if they didn't have enough time or something, they defaulted, like they said they're not gonna play this week, and this is particularly painful to see because basically it gives Navoyska 3 points, right? And we would like to see more excitement around here happening. We'd like those strong players face each other, but it just didn't happen, yeah? So, the first table game didn't happen. We have Dudu winning his game, we have Kanbui winning his game on Monday evening, and we have Rina. So I think I personally want to see those 2 games, like Rida because that's the current leader, and Kanbui. Why do I want to Kanbui? Because it's number 3, yeah? Let's watch those 2. This one, I think I saw this one quickly and it was very one-sided actually, so maybe we're gonna see Dudu's game instead. I always explain to people playing Central Rook, they often ask me, how do I use this gold? It's very important that you defend this square with the bishop instead. Because once this pawn disappears, yeah, it gets exchanged, this rook looks at this point forever, and his gold is stuck on the left side of the board. The gold can just stay here most of the cases, even though it looks like disconnected, not part of the castle, doing nothing. It actually does something. Like here, we have the other paradox of, oh, they have the silver chop drop. You shouldn't allow that, right? Because the gold is there, the rook cannot move. Often happens that the gold being here has the option of going left or right, depending on what your opponent does as well. And its flexibility is great. So what do you want to be? Is this gold is like a mercenary that's waiting for the call to the battlefield, rather than being a brick in the wall, yeah? Okay, and this is the perfect timing to exchange the pawn before the bishop comes here. And we have this double rapid advancing silver in the center, which paradoxically makes this gold a good shape. But yeah. Here Arduf is attacking, and here we have this chop drop, right? The possibility. Ooh, wait. The rook is kind of dead. What happened? Oh my. The rook has nowhere to go, yeah? The bishop is protecting, the silver is protecting, the pawn is protecting. The only way is to exchange it, but then the rook drop looks really convincing for Anaguma, right? Was that a mistake? Probably was. Here we don't have to take this pawn. We could, we don't have to. This silver drop would weaken the rook positioning a lot right now, I think. I would have dropped the silver and taken the vanguard pawn, and then my rook would be very, very free. The bishop wouldn't be able to move. Eventually, maybe the rook could come here. Knight is technically risky. Knight like this is always risky. Same in Nishida, the rook doesn't have much space to go, right? So, a little bit risky, I thought. We attack in the center instead. Okay, so here it's too late to drop the silver, yeah, because the rook goes here. So this is what Bambui did. He defended his rook finally. But here again, I think silver drop was a possibility. Anyway. This is a big issue always. Should you be dropping a silver like this to fork to pieces? And the general answer in this specific case is no, because look what happens. That silver, yay, we took a lance. Yeah, you think, oh, I took the piece advantage. But the silver is never going to become useful again. Never. It would have to promote and then zombie march its own way to the king. Yeah, this is something we call a zombie piece in English. And this is a terminology that we came up with on Play OK long time ago. This is not a Japanese terminology. Zombie piece. Whenever it's a promoted lance or a token or a silver, token would be less hurtful, by the way. Zombie piece. It seems alive, but it's dead, yeah? Exactly, you give up silver in hand and give a lance in hand, something like that. But even worse, it's like you lost this silver forever. Yeah, it's not like a silver that you dropped somewhere, like here in defense, it would be semi-useful. It's just zombie. In this case, I can see that it also enables the bishop, so the harm is less. But it's still a little bit of harm, I think. Good to be aware of it. Okay. So we can also argue that this silver looks a little bit like a zombie piece after this exchange. Yes, it does. This is why it's a little bit concerning. It was concerning for me to read this version, but I mean, eventually it will enable this token, which gonna substitute the silver. And this rook has so much value that it's worth it. Like this attack on the king with Anaguma Rush. Beautiful. They have no target themselves. If they exchange silver for the gold, in fact this rook also gets activated, so it's a different type of scenario here. Even though the silver isn't useful, it enabled another piece. And I mean, it's potentially useful, yeah? Let's say... potentially it could be reactivated, unlike the zombie piece, yeah? So that's the difference. Okay. The music stopped for some reason. Or is it my headphones that died? Maybe my headphones died. Sorry about it. So... No, we are watching this game. Okay. A zombie piece happened. By the way, this knight jump blocks our rook now. Sad, sad. Thank you for the follow, Osprey. Usually we say to drop the lance on the back rank, but I see the benefit of the rook being able to join the castle here. Yeah, 3 piece is 3 piece, but always remember to ask yourself, what am I going to do with that 3 piece? Is it gonna allow me to checkmate the enemy king? Is it going to allow to get a bigger piece in my hand? No? Maybe the silver has more value. Another thing is this lance useful for the enemy to attack with? No, it was just sitting in the corner? Well, probably it has no value for me to take it. Yeah? Hi, Giant. Ooh, so for example here, yeah? Why this gold has so much value? Because now the defenses of king are broken. Now we can continue harassing this. Look how cool that looks. Looks very effective compared to the other one, yeah? Take that rook, and now we have more power. Okay. And here, this lance, for example, this lance taking move is different. Because we have to escape the rook, but on top of that we get a little bit of a gift, which is a lance. While continuing the pressure on the king, yeah? So those 2 lances captures feel so much different. This dragon is so far from being a zombie piece, yeah? Now we have a direct counter follow-up. Yeah, perfect. 2 pieces for 1. Looks like they can defend, but 2 pieces for 1 is a long-term investment. 2 pieces for 1 again, but we decide to break the king's position first. Yeah, okay. Trying to do something, and finally. Turns out we had a horse looking here all along. Using all the pieces to our advantage. Knight drop isn't working. King runs, gold drop. King runs, checkmate, goes up. Drop, no mate. Dance drop. Drops, runs here. Then it can go back, so that's not really checkmate. So maybe lance is necessary. They took. Okay. It's kind of a cool way to finish it off. Lance drop again would be more efficient on the back because they have to give you 1 more pawn in comparison. So this is a little bit better. But this works perfectly as well. If the king takes, we have a gold drop. Good endgame there. The knight is protecting the square. The king could have run though. I think here still. Yeah. And that could be a little bit concerning because we have a rook drop here now that the lance moved. So that's the matter of different way of deciding the game. But I think because we kept the knight in hand, this knight drop exists. And this would lead to checkmate as well. Yeah, good endgame. Thank you for the follow, Gu. Welcome, welcome. Alright, let's check on the leader, Rida versus Victor. Playing Ureshino, alright. Ureshino, so happy to see that. It's funny because Ureshi means happy in Japanese. Yeah, Okay, so this silver usually go here according to our theory. Right? Was it? Or am I mistaken? This silver goes here? I guess it's a possibility. Okay, we break through, we exchange 2 pieces, seems good. And now technically it's an equal fight, right? Going for the edge attack. The idea is if they take, we drop the silver, we get a fork. In this case, our promoted silver will be next to the king, which makes it less likely to be a zombie piece, and it would be a winning variation. We could have sped up the process by doing this, but maybe the concern was knight takes. In that case, we had a follow-up. So I'm not sure why did we drop it here. This, of course, if they take, saves us 1 pawn, but Rida used that as a time to counterattack. And the idea of this bishop is simply to put a pressure in the front of the rook, I think. So we'll relieve it this way. Okay, knight escapes, silver drop. So technically, Victor just got a promoted pawn for a lance. So he got like a lance and gold for a silver. This is beneficial because it's also so close to the king. In the meantime, his rook got a little bit inactive, but in comparison, Rida's 2 pieces got inactive. Although, there's one remaining problem, which is this bishop promotion, right? This bishop actually has a very, very powerful meaning to it. We could have considered forcing it to move to create a decision for them. Do you choose to attack here or here? The problem is that the bishop promotion here was more powerful, and now it's less thanks to this rook protection. So the silver move was really powerful defensive move here for both for the rook and against the dragon. This was the investment that Victor did. So we have this hard to understand dynamics here. We have a fork on 2 pieces. Problem is, I think if they promote and we take this, they take this. So it's like a fork, but not really. If we went here, the silver wouldn't be able to promote. And I think they might have been more interesting, as we can continue to harass this bishop. And we indirectly defend against this knight. Not really direct defense, but indirectly put a pressure on that knight. Indirectly put a pressure on this bishop and still defend the square while being better shape for this silver. But it's hard to choose, yeah? This also activates the rook, as we can see. The problem is these 2 inactive pieces became a little bit more active, yeah? Here we are out of pawns. The bishop is protecting here, by the way. So both of those moves are just the strategy that we saw in my video, but they don't work together effectively, and we lost a rook. So this is the most painful moment. Okay, guys, this is the exception to that rule that we talked about. Is it okay to take this lance? Isn't the silver becoming zombie piece? In this case, silver was already quite a zombie piece since it arrived at this square. So it's actually a blessing that we're able to do something with it. And in this case, we'll be able to take not only 1 piece, but 2 eventually. And on top of that, we have immediate use for that lance, which is here. So it was worth it in this case. Do you see the difference? Yeah? One Shogi rule applies differently to different positions. Now a big fight happens. We lost a piece here for Victor. Ooh, pawn drop means the lance cannot be blocked. You don't understand how it won the rook. Well, you could escape, or you could block, right? Those are 2 options. if they block, it's already good for us because we block the rook. We have the option of developing the knight, taking the silver. Perhaps it's better than just giving up the rook, honestly. The rook escape, though, would enable them to eat this gold, which is a valuable piece, right? Yeah, he had no pawns. That's the point. Here he attacked with his last pawn. And because they had no pawns, maybe this is a good thing to comment on. No pawn situation, Fugire, gives Lance a lot of power. And this is why Victor, in my video, Lance drop like this was useful because this side didn't have pawns in the Ureshino Joseki. But here they do have pawns, so he had to spend another piece to make the same line work. Here is the opposite, he don't have pawn. Yeah. And this is also why we could have considered, I know it's a big stretch, this move. For that big reason of, we need a pawn, this is the only way to get a pawn, and on top of that, you know, we support the stocking. I think this was a powerful move we could have considered for Sende. Even though it's just a lance on the edge, and it took useless, it would be so meaningful because of that one pawn. That's my feeling. So I think Victor missed that chance here. Okay. Just gonna speed up a little bit. Oh, do we have a beautiful Sume? Oh, I always like those. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Well done, Rida. Yeah, so it's just a little bit paradoxal, yeah? Here, we make a horse, it maybe have more value, but actually having no pawns in hand and deleting that weakness, I think is powerful. The problem is this bishop is going to die, yeah? But that's why bishop drop perhaps was a bit misplayed. Maybe in this position? Maybe in this position it was a little bit bad. And just an example, yeah, just an example how lands are important in some positions, how the zombie pieces work, and so on. So that was TTM. Rina proving beautiful endgame power, yeah. There's 2 rounds left, so as long as Rina doesn't lose, it seems like they're gonna be the winner. Basically. They facing... I say Rina, I mean Rida, yeah, not Rina. They're facing Gerardov, so it might be interesting. Gerardov is like a wild card a little bit. Sometimes playing strong, sometimes making simple mistake. Could be interesting. Alright, Shodan. We are following closely the Andrew games because he's the leader currently, and also Tutski because he was a very strong rated player to begin with. But also this round, I think Paddington won. That makes him 3rd place. So those 3 people are now fighting against. The problem is they already played each other. Number 2 played number 1, number 3 played number 1, number 3 played number 2. So like they cannot punch each other anymore. So it seems like as long as Andrew doesn't make a big mistake, he also is going to be the leader. Your TTS game was very short, we can take a look. Edge, yeah? Okay. I'm gonna... Oh, so here, yeah, again, no game. So this like sealed the score for Andrew as well. Kazimierz, I don't know why it sounds Polish, but Kazimierz he's from Vietnam. Had a strong chance to like mess up with the leaderboard. Didn't happen. Mizuti game we're gonna check, and Paddington we're gonna check. Okay, let's see your game. Short game, you just won a gold for knight, promoted the rook, and pincer. Insert. Could we have done it better? The same. If we take the knight first, they drop something. It's the same with the bishop. Okay. Makes sense. The is protecting the gold. Cannot sacrifice the gold. We take the knight. Drop the knight. We continue attacking. Why is this move good? Why is this move good? Not sure. Protecting the bishop at least, yeah? In this case, the lens doesn't matter. The lens doesn't matter. Could have considered deleting the bishop, right? But then you drop the gold, take. Gold, it becomes the issue, but then the knight dies. It's a bit complex. We could have done similar thing with a pawn, right? If we wanted. I'm also thinking of crazy moves like this. But the problem is there's a bishop drop. So. It looks winning, and yet there's no decisiveness in it. I mean, you're running out of pieces, so yeah, this is tough problem. I also don't see exactly what to do. I would consider taking this to force them to use a piece, and then consider moves like this. And this is cool because it wastes them tempo to get it. And for example, in comparison, now we have two attackers. I mean, it's not working yet. Let's say this happens and suddenly the dragon is blocked, right? So we can consider tactics like this, but that uses a lot of material. Can consider moves like this, yeah? Consider moves like this. The problem is then we give them a gold. The bishop looks like a surrounding attack. I really cannot like criticize this move because it is going along the rules that we set up. Instead of bishop gold drop, is it different? We're not retaining anything with gold drop directly. It's rough, yeah? We're winning, but we're missing a little bit, so we have to tread our web carefully. This is very interesting attack. But they have a gold. Okay. Nothing wrong with taking the knight. Going for the decisive move, yeah? Okay, we're threatening checkmate. Alright. Very nice. Yeah, something like this is necessary at that. Dragon Dance, yeah, Dragon Dance. Something like this is necessary in those endgames. Like, they don't have enough pieces to defend everything, but you don't have enough pieces to break through. So usually what happens is like this, where they run out of pieces in hand, and you simply pick up one more, and usually that's enough to tip the scale in your favor. If you don't have an immediate decisive move, usually that's good enough. And that's what you did. Well done. Here you weren't afraid to sacrifice the dragon, and that was the correct play. Beautiful. Here it doesn't matter that the dragon can take this, it's over. Yeah. Very well done. Actually, very well done, sleeping. Yeah, usually what beginners do is they over-attack and then they give too many pieces and their king dies. That's not what happened. Great success. Alright, let's check Mizuti's game. Immediately complicated us. Heck. Okay. That's painful fork. And, you know, music has advantage here already because of that one fork. Yeah, we're giving up all the pieces and we're dead. And this is one of those examples when you have so many pieces and you could like make a checkmate on the king, check threat and so on, and instead you decide to play a move like this. In similar to what we said in Eon's game. This one like loose move, which is called sweet move in Japanese, like playing not severely enough, this can make huge difference in the position. This one pawn looks so much more aggressive than this pawn, yeah? So, yeah, suddenly you see this pawn push was about to activate the rook and the rook became a target, wasted 2 tempos. Here it's not enough because we have all those pieces in hand, but depending on complication of the situation, it might be decisive, yeah? Yeah, I mean that fork was too painful. Alright, let's see Sir Paddings. We have 4-5 rook. It's gonna probably change into opposing rook, yeah. Okay, so here what's happening is we're attacking with the silver, and in the meantime this side is threatening this rook fork on the silver and rook promotion, which is very powerful actually. So we drop the bishop to prevent that. But this is painful, but it's one of the shapes. Actually, you know, like this would be a better shape to like break that file. But I think the bishop is vulnerable to the silver, so it's not easy, yeah? There's a move like this as well. The same idea. So that's what Turtik wants. But he's balancing, like dancing with the fire right now. It would be interesting to see this one. This one is less powerful because the rook and the silver cannot break through. Having 3 pieces looking at double defended square would be the key point in those positions. Okay, we broke the silver positioning, which is nice. Yeah, here you see we exchanged the silvers, but no follow-up. And it's over. Bishop will go back and become a target immediately. So Sir Paddy is beautifully counter-attacking. Yeah, the king is safe. The silver is now under pressure. What's happening? This looks heavy. This looks like if we drop the bishop somewhere here, we'll be able to take 2 silvers for 1. Somewhere over the rainbow. The problem is if we attack here, the rook is going to die. What other option? If we have a pawn drop, simple pawn drop here, silver dies, right? It's a little bit hard to do because this is our last pawn and we will have trouble using silver to attack. But like, how do you counter this? Pawn drop, yeah. In fact, maybe they can... Yeah, but something like this gives us 2 silvers, right? The idea is if we take this pawn, they have the bishop drop. Pawn drop isn't possible, it's Nifu. Yeah, bishop drop. I mean, okay, rook can promote. Never mind, never mind. Yeah, I'm not sure what to do here, yeah? So those type of heavy shapes usually have the way of reaction timing. Like, how are you gonna defend that silver there, yeah? You cannot. You have to give away that silver. Maybe like this? We have bishop drop? Nope. Go here? Nope. This is a problem. Okay, I mean, we go for scary attack instead, but the bishop is under attack. Did we just give a free silver? We don't care. We don't care about this free silver. Free silver. Free knight. We didn't want that. I'm so confused. So confused. I mean, normally this wouldn't be a bad move because we exchanged lands for a silver. Those two are bad. Here we're trying to defend everything, and I mean, even if we just drop the pawn, like, it looks very severe to me. As we are attacking the head of the king with 2 pieces right now. Potentially 3. Silver up, we can take, but we didn't. Rook promoted. Rook promoted. Big fight starts. See, pawn drop is very severe. We're giving them more pieces. We don't want to drop the knight first. Okay. Threatening checkmate. And normally you would run in this situation, but there are those silvers waiting over here, which is super interesting. And this would be checkmate, so we do that. Okay, so in the end, padding had more power in the endgame and like outpowered us. King can run here, but it ends up in checkmate. Very close game in the end. Hi, padding. Yeah, you were in trouble. Like, this silver was for free, right? And those 2 silvers are very heavy together. But nice turnaround, yeah, that knight jump, I think. Here, that took a little bit of bravery, but gave you the counter-attacking chance, which did end up confusing your opponent. It was nice to see. I wonder if that or this is faster. Gold? No, we have only 1 gold, yeah. Would have considered like dropping a pawn and a pawn to block the rook. Something like this. Try to slow them down. As we have the rook, like this becomes a heavy attack. We could have considered slowing you down. This pawn drop was very powerful. Combined with those 2 silvers. Yeah, those, like, if you watch Karolina go, suddenly the board started shining because of this pawn drop. Yeah, I think you over-attacked. Yeah, you defended very well around here. Right here, your king is stable. And here you have piece advantage. And then you decided to drop this, which allowed them to grab the tempo. Maybe drop the pawn first? If they take, then the bishop makes more sense, yeah? Because it's forking stuff. If they don't take it, you have a nice vanguard pawn. I mean, potentially you have another fork, but yeah. Like, yeah, they're gonna break here, but do we care? We have silver like this to defend as well. If we don't like our silver, we can exchange it. And eventually we have more piece power. Grab a pen. You can rewatch it later. So I think, like, the more power I mentioned it, I think you just joined. I think generally the more powerful bishop they can make is like bishop drop here. But it was a little bit risky because it's your turn and you can abuse it. Pawn takes or rook takes? This is another question. Probably pawn takes. And I mean, if you go here, it's just an example, but something like this happens, we will have this bishop drop as well somewhere. I mean, here, for example, we have pawn drop, right? So our king is still safe. So potentially, yeah, we can like play around those two. I agree with yellow. I thought it's all about like creativity, they always say it, but it's like a lazy way of saying, oh, we don't know exactly what is the good move. Neither do I. I don't know. Yeah, there's no intuition. Yeah. The only intuition you can get is by playing a lot. Yeah. So either, you know, trick moves like that silver drop. As I said, it's also the tate shogi, so it's like the vertical shogi, which is a little bit different. Here, as again, we're gonna concentrate on the middle game principles because they all matter. Like, you have piece advantage, you just need to make sure your king doesn't die, yeah? And here you gave away this silver, the advantage back. I mean, broke their castle, but you ended up in this position, which middle game wise, it's not about Josuke. Middle game wise, this is a horrible shape. Yeah, I mentioned they can expose it, I mentioned they can expose it, and this is, I think you would be losing. So I would concentrate on the middle game here, rather than opening, yeah? How do I keep my pieces active? What is the best square for them? How can I use them to break enemy shape? This is the question we need to answer here. Okay, so very big surprise from Paddington. I really like to see that, but the fact is Andrew is still leading very strongly. Next, we're gonna play Gabriela is Gabriela. Very strong player as well, so it's gonna be fun. Skamax versus Tuski, I wanna see that. Oh, two of our watchers today is gonna face each other. I'm gonna watch that next week with pleasure. Continue playing strongly, Padding. I'm rooting for you, yeah? Okay, okay, let's jump to Judzu. Our meme tournament. I call it meme tournament. They always surprise us with the moves. Ko1 against Pounce. Oh no, what happened? I mean, oh yes. I mean, oh no. I mean, I like them both and they both watch my stream. I don't know who to vote on. Gabes lost against Dr. Lemon. Okay. Night Sparrow won against Hawk. Okay, we're gonna watch those 3 games, definitely. Fujiwara lost against Fubona. Wow, okay, so many upsets. Speaking of it, Gabes is leading. He lost, yeah, so the leader lost, guys, and the Ko won, which means this flipped right now. Whoop. Gonna flip. Pounce will be behind because he lost. Night Sparrow is going to go up. Oh, so many things happening. Dr. Lennon's gonna be at 6. Oh, no, I'm not sure who's winning anymore here. Night Sparrow, you won. It means you crushed them in the endgame, hopefully. I remember last time we roasted you for the king position, like lack of decisiveness in the endgame. If you over-attacked in the endgame and almost lost, that's perfect. This is what we wanna learn as a low Q, high Q, I never know if it's low or high, under 5Q players. We want to be so reckless and just attacking and learning how to attack well. Then we're gonna learn about the balance, yeah? That's the next step. But first we want to just know and get that good feeling of, I'm gonna punch my opponent until he bleeds. Okay, that's too graphic. I'm gonna punch my opponent until his kings gives up, and then you want to get that aggressive feeling first, yeah, because that aggression in Shogi is so important. So I'm gonna see if that's what happened, or maybe you were just lucky and he did Nifu. I don't know. We're gonna see. Okay, Yoko Fudori, Yoko Fudori? Oh. Oh, okay. This is the Joseki. Where does the rook go? Is the main question. I have no idea. There is one Joseki which goes like this. There were some exceptions somebody wrote where the rook goes here. There are some moves where the rook goes here, but I think generally this was the correct move. But we know Ho expects it, so... Okay, anyway, rook. Now we just defend it. Just defend it. Rook drop. The rook is dead. I mean, this is going to happen. I don't know how to evaluate this position. But we kind of gave up the gold, yeah? There is this option of bishop drop here as well. Or bishop drop here. Follow up by defending here, promoting there, and trapping the rook. There is also the fact that we can check the king at some point. And then capture the rook. Not sure if this has value or not. Okay, maybe, yeah. Bishop promotion is trouble, but... Not sure how to value that exchange. Yeah, probably not so good, because we just exchanged rook for the bishop. This is complicated. Bishop drop 8-3. One idea. More aggressive, I agree. I see. Preventing the horse making. So we are not preventing the dragon making, right? And we have no follow-up after that. Okay, I'm gonna have to investigate. Learning time for sensei. Okay, this is the correct move. Silver takes is more normal, then we play silver 3-8, but we took it with the rook. And this should be 300 points for sensei. Just exciting. Yeah, it seems correct, according to the computer. So now the rook drop is an overplay, definitely. Yeah, rook drop happens. Okay, let's figure it out ourselves a little bit longer. I mean, I still like the bishop drop. I like the bishop drop to 5-6 at a glance. 5-6 or 4-5, I like. You like go 3-9. Okay, see. Ah, the bishop 1-5. No, the one that I pointed out a second ago. No. Okay, but the idea is the same, to capture the rook, I think. So this thing is going to happen. Okay, so I wasn't sure who's winning in this position, right? I said I'm not sure if it favors us to exchange the bishop for the rook. And the answer is yes. Yeah, we have many moves possible here. Why does it favor us? We end up de facto blocking this bishop and this rook from any activity. Not sure what this gold move means though. So we don't have like immediate counter, whatever. We're just slowly preparing for the another phase of the game, and it's really hard to understand. We are to play a few more moves. Bishop drop 3-9. Here. Oh, okay, I missed that. Completely missed that. All right. So, okay, so we did have the necessity of moving the gold then. Thank you for the follow, Peep. We correct our wall. That reminds me, I was interviewed by a magazine, and Taylor Swift was on the cover of that magazine. Was it called English Journal? I think it's called. So yeah, the bishop will become useless slowly. Still not sure how we're gonna utilize our rook and our gold to win, yeah? It seems like we're slowly building up the position. And finally, it seems like we will have a rook drop here. Gold to 7? I think it's human in a way of deleting the wall again. But yeah, it's hard to do. Some weird photo. Okay. Yesterday, we went to a concert, by the way, like a piano concert. And if you should know anything about me, is that I always fall asleep during piano concerts. But yesterday was so good that for the first time I didn't. First time, I really enjoyed it. I don't know how to pronounce her name. We have the dispute whenever it's Yuya Wong or Yuja Wong. But she's Chinese, apparently. Oh my god, yeah, I know she's famous and everything, so jealous, yeah. We saw her play live, basically, and she played Rachmaninov, which was beautiful. Yes. Why? Yeah, so she played in Zurich yesterday. She plays today too. It was sold out for months. We got the concerts. Yeah. I could only sit half of it. I mean, the other half was symphony anyway, but like, I managed with my swollen legs. I always get swollen legs in the evenings. It's horrible, but it was beautiful. And then she played a Beast song, and we had trouble finding it, but actually it's the song that she has on Spotify, #1. It was beautiful as well. And I got scared, guys. The moment she came on the stage, she bowed, and for some reason I thought she's Japanese. Or maybe because the first piece was called Meditation to the Victims of Tsunami, which was also very beautiful. And I thought maybe she's also Japanese, but then I totally forgot, like, oh, it's Wong, which is Chinese. But anyway, and I was so shocked when she bowed, like Japanese would, bow, like, she like whipped her head like up and down, and I was like, is she gonna headbutt the piano? I was shocked for a moment. But every time she bowed, yeah, she bowed, it was like whip, and I was like, oh gosh. They're iconic. Yeah, I can see why. Let me say that she put her head between the piano and the stool, or whatever the chair is called, like whip, and I was like, oh god, are you okay? So I really loved that signature move. If that's a signature move, I loved it. It was, and she never twice looked at the audience. She whipped her head, she sat on the chair, and immediately started playing, and never looked twice at the audience, like concentrating only on playing, and it was amazing. And the first note she played was amazing. And I was thinking, like, is the piano like bigger quality than, because we went to the same concert hall twice before. Is the piano like different quality to what we heard? Or is it just her magical fingers? And after 5 minutes, I'm like, nope, it's her magical fingers. Like, she made every note sound so beautiful and so different. Oof, it was an amazing experience, let me tell that. Yeah, and she seemed really concentrated on playing, like, usually when you see like people come back and thank, they're like thank, she didn't like oversay on anything. She's like, I'm playing Beast, I'm gonna sit down, play the Beast. It was very short, but very nice. And then she left immediately, like, bow, leaves. It was epic. Really passionate pianist, I felt. You have a video of her bowing. Wrong time stop. Oh, waiting. Yeah. Whip. Let's see. No. It was more. It was more. Oh, and one more funny thing, there was a guy in front of me and he would like literally wave his hand like a rock head, like a rockman. Every time there was a big part coming up, he was like with his head, but I mean, it would be nice, but he was doing it 1 second before the part and it was confusing to me. And I was getting distracted a little bit, but yeah, anyway. We also had the best view of her, apparently we were on the left side, so we can see how she moves her head, moves her body to play the notes, and full concentration, beautiful. So yeah, she whipped her head way more than what you just showed. But yeah, something like between the piano and the chair, but more with the tempo of this guy. But are you okay? Are you fainting? Like, what's happening? This was very nice. Okay, back to the topic. So yeah, it was the most amazing concert ever. Oh yeah, we were checking this Kifu, yeah? Yeah, seems like it's slow development and... How do you expose the bishop? I mean, the bishop is dying to a gold drop, right? Eventually. How do you expose it? You wait for the opponent to make a mistake? Of course it's an edge attack. Computers always like edge attacks. I don't agree. Show me a different move. Show me a different move. Okay, it really likes the edge attack, yeah. Yeah, with the ultimate rook drop 9-2 basically, yeah. Alright, so that's one idea for this position. So yeah, bishop drop was the correct one. Here we end up having two gods doing nothing, and like, that's bad. The game is of course very, very complex. We should have defended that probably. But those two gods, too heavy. The dragon just retreating. Oh, the 4 came in, and this should decide the game just by itself. I'd really like to sacrifice this at some point. I mean, pawn drop looks really terrifying. Yeah, if we drop the pawn drop here first, I think. The knights always play such a great role in the Yoko Fudori. The horse just walked into a fork with the silver, so this is over. But like, maybe if we went here, it would more here or here. Here silver drop still exists, right? It's rough. This is over. Yeah. Interesting. So we learned a new opening today. That's good. And we have 2 Kifu left. Let's see what happened to Gabes. Central rook. Bishop drop. Whoops. Whoops. We can try to do that. To like exchange those 2 horses. We could try to do that. I agree, Ko just dominated the game. Having Igyoku stresses you. Well, me too. Just this horse is huge for Gabes right now, but we see he didn't win the game. So I've seen... My general feeling is... It's just my personal preference, but if I have a horse like this, I would put my king in the Anaguma here. Because this horse would be a nice defender to have. And that's what I've seen, like, if this is static rook, and they get a horse like this, I've seen them go for Anaguma often. But this is central rook, so maybe it changes. I would still go for the Anaguma, personally, yeah? So, are we going to be able to utilize that horse or not? Why do we move the god? There's no reason for us to move the god, right? We over-concentrated a little bit on creating a castle. This is video game, my friends. We have a horse on the board. Concentrate on finding some attack as well. Here, a move like this would be very powerful because it controls what the opponent can do. The silver won't be able to get developed unless it goes here, and if it goes here, the rook is falling, right? Smiley Cyrus. Concerned. Little bit concerned about that fact. Okay. The only problem is this sacrifice. Is it survivable or no? Yeah, so that could be. Again, going for over defending usually gets us in trouble. But maybe this is better than allowing the silver to come up. Maybe this is where the gold makes more sense. Anyway. The silver coming here. I mean, this also defends, sure. The edge pound push I don't understand, because we don't wanna make that weakness over here. Especially when the silver is here. Silver is hanging. Oh no. Hold up, pound drop. We cramped all the pieces together and now we're gonna die. This is a very weird concept in Shogi, where it feels like we have more defenders and we have better chance of defending, but we forget that Shogi is about piece exchange and shapes, and now the shape is broken. And this rook is just dominating, yeah. It's very, very weird thing. Yeah, and because the silver came here, the knight came here. By the way, this is the light shape we want to do in double swinging rook. Barely dying, and then this one pawn drop, you know, just destroying everything. Also this, because this bishop drop was great. Yeah, and this is already one side. Bishop sacrifice. By the way, this bishop sacrifice. Mwah. Chef's kiss. Taking the rook was easier, no? Just take the rook. You win. Threaten both taking and rook drop. Here the rook escaped. Whoops. Okay, but this is fish. Alright. Wow, Dr. Lennon just destroyed Gabes here. 7Q? Really? Gabes maybe felt a little bit too secure this game. Here, like, we had this move, right, to begin with. We never utilized it. Anyway. Yeah, over-defending. Ladies and gentlemen, over-defending is the greatest poison of Shogi game, perhaps. Alright, Mistia, are you ready? You're still here, Mistia? Right? Light Sparrow, you're still here. Good. Let's check your amazing win from your point of view. Okay, we have Aigakari. Double wing attack. wing attack and they decide to push the center pawn. Okay, we're just bogging. Okay, they're counter-attacking. Okay, we're defending. We bogging success. Cool. Now this is difficult. How do we win from here? Stable. Stabilize. Okay, good, good. Okay. Okay. Cool. Do we need to drop? I see. So we are okay, there's a little bit of risk of pawn drop right here. So maybe it was better to drop the pawn first, but then they move the rook here. It's not clear, yeah? We took some risks here. But yeah, I mean, maybe it's worth it. This move is such a complex. Sometimes pawn drop or something is also a stable good move to try, but here we have a fork, that's what we wanted. Okay. Lance drop to protect. They coming here. Take the pawn, they cannot block our rook, that's correct. Very close to our king, we're taking risk here by going upward, because they can promote and exchange the rooks, but we refuse the exchange of rooks. So this is risky again, but if we calculate it correctly, the rook is under attack and they have no way of preventing. So they can sacrifice. Bishop drop, king down. Are we surviving? Potentially. Now they have the other sacrifice, which is here. And the rook promotion would happen. So this is risky. Yeah. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, it paid out. They made the mistake first, yeah? If they just promoted, I think we were a little bit more in trouble. Because all of our pieces are cramped here, and the king is relatively safe over there, which cannot be told about our king. He could have won with 5 more minutes, okay. Well, that's point of the game, yeah? Oh, timeout. Hey, Mistia, you played really well. Really well, good aggression. It's just matter of the balance, as we said. So this is what I wanted to see. I wanted to see you being aggressive. I wanted you to overdo it so that later we can improve on your overdoing. And this was perfect. Good game. So now maybe to not overdo stuff, maybe we could have considered going back. Yeah. But then they have bishop drop. Yeah, it's not clear. I think you chose like interesting line as a result. It's difficult, yeah, but that's something we will work on in the future. The horse was useless. No, the horse was useful. It's just a matter of, I think, here, for example, you played this, right? I think you can play this. And then this. And then it gives you more time to do that. It's a little bit subtle thing, like in between move. And then the horse has more time to get activated. Is this specific castle? It's like, you can move the king here or here, it's one of the options you have. Or one in other situations. It keeps more balance in the center. I don't think it's a name of specific castle. Maybe it's called Aono's King in Yokofudori shapes or Raigakari shape. Yeah, it's a good shape. I mean, you can always like put it in different spots. So yeah, here Mistia maybe speaking of balance. Yeah. Just do not allow them to create auto-king. Yeah. Don't allow them. Same way you didn't allow them to pressure your gold. And then you're fine. Very well played. You weren't afraid, and that's what you wanna see on your level. That's exactly what you wanna see. You saw that the gold is hanging, yeah? In fact, if they wanted to attack more severely, they could have done this, but then you have this nice piece over there, it's fine. Here we could have went for more aggressive like this, but as we know, this is more painful, so we didn't want to do that. Horse would be active, but it's too risky. They went the safe way, it's good. Here, just you have to step back one more time maybe. Central house, something like that. Why is that? That's a good question to yellow. And I think you're winning here. So 5 minutes wouldn't make a difference. Now this pro don't surround their king with 4 generals, they use generals for attack instead of defense. That makes sense. Alright, I mean, for the first time in many weeks, I think TTJ was more like a pleasant surprise and learning experience for us on this stream, rather than like, oh no, what are you doing type of deal. We can see like top players playing against top players. It's good to see. It means you guys definitely should become TTS players soon. Graduate this season, perhaps. Good to see. Especially this top 5. Big hopes for them. That concludes the weekly recap, yeah? We will have to think what to do exactly with the event for the winners of TTS. Maybe I will have to ask someone to do it instead. See. I am not trusting myself that I will be available. You need to break 5Q. Yes, yes. At 1,200 points. Unless you're very close, like 1 point off, I would also recommend you go up. Because 81 Dojo, you know, sticks you to 1199 if you don't win your promotion game. In that case, I would also recommend going up. I would like to see someone go from TTJ winners SMK consecutive seasons. Well, Light to Die is pretty close to being TTM and then TTK winner immediately. I mean, usually if you're able to jump like this, it means you should have started with higher tournament to begin with. Like, probably you were a chess player and you started with TTS, but then usually you run out of stamina. It's not an easy thing to keep on improving at that pace, you know? I've been thinking I need a courage to start playing again, but I don't know how to teach myself to do it. I had the second Shogi dream in the last 2 weeks. This time I lost against Lily in my dream, as I said on Discord. Double misclick, double pound misclick. It was a Nifu. It's just like totally winning and then misclick. It's like, do I want to go through the same pain again? Good question. But that's what you guys go through every week with TTSeries, so maybe it's a little bit hypocritical of me teaching you guys while not playing myself. Oh, definitely. Like on stream I can do it with no consequences, but imagine during the real game, and it becomes the news, then everybody roasts you. I mean, if you continue training every day, it's not supposed to happen. But because I had such a long break, it may happen. I'm pretty sure he's cheating. His nickname is going red every time. Yeah. No, he dropped the knight instead of gold. That happens as well. Perhaps you know what I'm wanting right now? Is being able to take a shogi board, set up the pieces, and just without stress or anything of hurry, just like enjoy either playing or replaying a game. Like without the stress of doing everything perfectly. For now. This is the first step, perhaps. I hope someday Lichess releases a new app so I can start making a Lee Shogi app. I mean, aren't you working on Lee Shogi app already? Aren't they working? If they're going red, it basically means they're doing this. Yeah, like they're changing the window they're looking at. So if you have a program, take a look, go back, that's how it looks. So because they do it after every move, it's a little bit suspicious. For me, I would often, when I was in my stress period, I would just stop looking at the game and like watch YouTube videos. But this was during my opponent's move. But this is during his move where he's supposed to look at the board and think himself. That's a little bit sad. And the moment he comes back, he plays, which is also a little bit suspicious, you know? Now he's gone. A little bit, a lot of too much blinking, yeah? Especially in Byomi, guys. Like, if it's Byomi, it's like super sus. Then, of course, you can look at what moves he makes. Yeah, this one he played really fast. I mean, he doesn't have a checkmate, so this is why slowing down the game is important, I think. Lee Shogi is working on several side changes to prepare for the app, but I don't think anyone is coding Lee Shogi app right now. I wonder which language they're gonna code it at. Then you can look at things like, you know, win rate. 94% win rate. That's a little bit suspicious, especially that he says he's 16-year-old. High schooler 1 year. And he won, actually. He won a lot of tournaments. But it doesn't explain why he's blinking every time. Maybe it's just like he lied about his bio and then straight up cheating. It's way too much. Way too much. Yeah, that's what I was laughing as well. His name is Red. I was like, oh, that's a nice prediction. Another way to tell is by... Oops. No, do not exit OBS. I mean, the speed at which they're playing, of course, matters. Oh, that's a free horse, but we can read... Oh, that's a free horse. And he didn't play this move immediately. That's concerning to me. Take, drop is a mate. He doesn't play it immediately. That's a big tell as well. Yeah, he's cheating. If you didn't play this at a glance, it's like... Yeah. Then the other way to tell is how do they speak in post-game discussion. Yeah. There's many ways to tell, yeah. And they leave immediately. I'm not satisfied. Really not satisfied. Five down only in Sendagaya? Yeah, I don't want to like rate someone just because, you know, I mean, he did make some mistakes, so... But I mean, that last blink over there... Sus. I wouldn't trust this diagram because it's 5-second one. I'm not convinced. Really not convinced. Yeah, that's also true. He might be student right now. But that's also not true because it's 5 o'clock. 94% of win rate is little bit telling though. Oh, Mizuti. Ah, what did you do, Mizuti? The winner gets fighter title. I mean, they played the opening moves very quickly. Yeah, I mean, they're probably a strong player, it's just that suspicious that he blinked so much. Yeah, here they play quicker, yeah? I don't know how to judge it. This guy is strong, but they disconnect. No idea. I have no idea what this status means. Yeah, I don't want to accuse people, you know, like without having better, like, proof of that. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't care. This doesn't look decisive anyway. What is weird is that those tournaments are for high schoolers. Question is, does high school take 4 years in Japan? Because this is 4 years difference. And he's the first year. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird when you're the first year student and then you took... no, those are 2 different tournaments. Okay. I wonder if it's the same winner in that. So it says the junior show. We're doxing people, aren't we? Who are you? Son, who are you? So it said 57. Senkoku. Blah blah blah. Ryo. Which are you? Senkoku Legacy. Okay. 57. Like last year. And then it said 2nd place. So it would be this guy. No, this is Koji. So it would be this guy. We're doing the detective work. Then in this tournament, first, second, the same guy. Ah, we don't know which place yet. So if this is the 5th, I'm so confused right now. This is the 35th. This is the 27th. Okay, so here he was Yusho actually. Oh, so then he went to Rio tournament. Is this the same tournament? Yeah, Rio. Yusho. But this is a different guy. Hello, mate. Yeah. So it says it's the 2nd year too, not the 1st year. Ijihara? Huh? So this is the 35th all country high school. I think this means high school Shogi Ryosen, which is same as this, right? Yeah. And here it says he won. So the winner of the tournament is this guy. Which is from Nara Prefecture, not Chiba. Unless they mean this guy. No. It should be this guy. It's the same name. This guy. He has the trophy. Maybe he won the regional tournament. Well, that's not what it says here, right? Ah, the Chiba one. Ah, yeah, maybe you're right. The Chiba version of that. Objection. Here's just registration for that. It didn't happen yet though. It says April. No, sorry, it says July actually. Which year are we in? Yeah, that's what we're trying to find out, if he's legit or not. Okay, so this is again Chiba, not the tournament. This is the actual tournament, I guess. This is Tokyo. Tokyo. Yeah, he didn't do well on the national scale, it seems. Yeah, this is the same page. If we go to, it was 57 or 57. If we go to Kojin and find Chiba. Here it is. His kanji is female and then deer. Why are we doing this? Because I'm bored. That's the only reason. We'll see. Is it the same as deer? No, it's not. Is it? Yeah, I think it's this kanji. So then... Why are we doing this? Okay, there is a person, like, yeah. And they did take the second place in tournament. It's not here. Potentially there is such strong player that's the first year in 2021. I mean, maybe the date is outdated, maybe the year. Potentially it's correct. I mean, still they were blinking a lot, so... So this is the champion of the middle high school. Yeah, is it middle school or high school? The middle school? No, this is high school. They were the first year 2 years ago. Now they said that next month their second year. Okay, so kinda checks out. 16 years old, by the way. Nothing. We're just spying on a person because they have this very high bio saying they're very young and very strong. That they were blinking during the game, and they have 94.5% win rate. So I was wondering, did he write truth here? Is he cheating? So that's what we're checking, if it's true, basically. There's a list of shogi bots. I have no idea. Maybe in Japanese. Oh. A class, 5 done. It's truly a 5 done person then. Okay, then maybe it's legit actually. Consider it legit then. Because if it is like country, but this is the prefecture, which makes it more likely. 5 done is strong enough, and that page confirmed it's a 5 done. So this must be true. But then this win rate is really impressive. I have nothing to apologize from. It's still weird that he was blinking the whole game. I didn't report him or anything. There's nothing I need to apologize for. And it's really high rating too, which is very young age to be that high as well. Pretty impressive, if that's true. You know how kids have low attention span? Yeah, I know, but... As I said, I would be doing that during my games too, but... You know, coming back and immediately playing a move is a little bit suspicious. Either way. And also the win rate of 94, it means you never made a mistake. Kinda suspicious. Yeah. This is why I didn't report, because I have no proof. I take it into consideration. We did our own research. Oh, Agents Karaoke, I forgot to add it. When is it? Supposed to add it to the events. When is it? 31st for UTC. Now 13 UTCs. UTC time now. Oh. Stop writing in Japanese. UTC time now. 9, so it's +2. I have to -2. It's gonna be 11 my time, right? Then add event. Create event. Jian Shogi channel. Event topic Jian's karaoke stream. 31st. 11 AM, I assume. End time. How long is gonna be? 2 hours or something? Okay, I'm gonna end it in 4 hours. 1, 2, 4, 4, 4. 24? Oh gosh. Join Jen with his... Join Jen when he shares his amazing singing skills in form of crazy karaoke. Probably 2 hours. Okay, so 11, 12, 30, that's 1 o'clock again. Okay, 1:30 I'm gonna put it maybe. And maybe the starting hour 10:45 to make it a little bit more advanced. Warning for. Okay. So hopefully now that you see on Discord is the proper time. Copy the event. Here, yeah. You're on your own. You'll know that Australia isn't real. Okay, Discord. Okay. Okay. I post it in general as well. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed the weekly recap and our little bit investigation work, as well as me complaining about not being able to play Shogi and boasting about the concert. I'm gonna see you, I think Saturday? Double check. Saturday evening for Shogi Pro Games, and then of course Sunday evening for Kiefer review. Yep, that's the main schedule for now. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, look forward to Jin's karaoke. It's tomorrow, right? Let's be there. And for now, bye bye. Have a nice day.
Either, so